Asian countries are concerned, we have supplied equipment to Bangladesh, to Sri Lanka,
I mean Southeast Asia.
uh, so to Philippines,
Okay.
to Singapore,
Yes.
uh, then to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
I think primarily to these three countries we have made regular shipments.
So MKU will still try to enter the other markets in the
We are looking strongly at markets like uh, Malaysia, Indonesia. We are strongly focusing on those markets as well. But yes, I would say apart from Philippines, Singapore is a very sophisticated market as well.
Yeah.
But I'm proud to say that Singapore Armed Forces, they are using our helmets. We have a long-term contract with them, and now we have a contract with Singapore. We have supplied body armor to Singapore Police. Now we have a contract with Singapore Police for helmets as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Other plans to acquire another company. You mentioned you acquired AST GmbH.
Yes, sir. It's a very, very nice company, technology oriented, and that is how we got the technology for making platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, land platforms, air platforms, sea platforms. With regards to acquiring other companies, I would say yes, we continuously look for right partners all over the world. But we have also our in-house plans to expand into other countries as well.
So your body armor, does this goes through the range of lighter, right, to heavy protection? And how many types do you have from these extreme ranges?
So today we have, if I talk about body armor specifically, I would say we have solutions that can protect for more than 30 different bullets. So you name the bullet, practically we will have a solution ready-made in hand. Not only against bullets, but we have multi-thread protection systems against high-velocity fragments, stab, knife, etc. Ishita, please take that. You want?
Sugar.
So I would say it's a range of soft body armor, hard plates, and helmets. But the key is that soldiers or our heroes, they require protection in different scenarios with different bullets, and MKU has a capability to supply to the entire range of protection that they are looking at.
So you mentioned the number 30, about 30.
More than 30.
More than 30.
More than 30 bullets. And if I include vehicle protection, the numbers may go more than 100 different bullet types or fragments.
Fragments from.
Yeah. And I think this is the most vast range any
Projectiles.
company can offer today.
So it's practically any form of projectile.
Up to 12.7
Oh, okay.
or 20 millimeter fragment.
So 357 Magnum is easy.
That's very easy. That's very easy for us.
As long as like level 3 ammunition, meaning that goes around less than 1400 feet per second.
So that's very easy. In fact, sir, I would like to mention here that today the current body armor of Philippine Army is 7.5 kilogram.
7 point.
Yes, and what we are displaying outside is almost like 5.5 kilograms. So we have reduced on the soft body armor weight. We have reduced considerably on the hard plate, keeping the protection level the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Almost like what 25-30% reduction in weight.
So
Yeah.
easier for the soldier to
Oh yes.
sabi mo naman, considering that
Multiple
Filipinos
times.
are
Multiple times.
smaller in height and everything, unlike the Caucasians who are very
Taller.
heavily
Yeah.
built.
And this is all being done after we are getting feedback from talking directly to the soldiers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of fiber and nanotechnology and chemical resins.
Exactly, sir. So that's how the material technology helps us to bring the weight of the body armor down.
Okay.
But when we talk about the comfort, then also the ergonomics, the design, the material of the outer carrier also plays a role.
Okay.
And there we have a specialist team of engineers working on that as well.
And I understand it's also modular.
It
The
is
body.
scalable, modular, so you can, let's say you want to add a backpack, you can add a backpack. You want to add backpack smaller or larger, quick release. You can add plate, you can take out plate. You want to add protection to the pelvis area, you can do that. Or you want to add a protection to the shoulders area, you can do that as well.
So it's really depending on well, highly
It is
customized.
mission configurable.
Yeah,
It's mission configurable. Yes.
How about hygiene wise? Can this be easily washed?
It can be easily washed,
And,
but what we are offering, including to the Philippine Armed Forces, something that is called antibacterial. Okay, so after days
smell.
after days of donning and doffing off, and with sweat and all that, if the material is antibacterial, so then it really protects him from various other things that we are talking about today. Yes.
So these are woven into a certain fabric, or sorry, I haven't seen the display yet.
No, so basically, when we talk about antibacterial,
No, I mean they're plates, right? So they're woven permanently, or
no,
they can.
Ishita, can you get the lightweight plate and the regular plate?
And
कोई है राजीपाल या मनीष?
and how durable is it? Meaning, how long will it last? 2
Sir,
years,
we
3
give,
years,
we give guarantee for minimum 5 weeks.
5 years.
Yes.
That is for
Basically
the whole range.
polyethylene fiber.
Yes, polyethylene fiber is, I would say, the main fiber that we are using.
Right.
Can you show the plate for the Philippine Armed Forces, regular plate and the lightweight plate that we are offering?
So it's use and use. You can just keep
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Yes.
5 years is for both soft armor panel and the hard plate.
This is the regular one.
This is the regular one. Please, pass on. Yeah.
So you can see the
This
difference.
one
in
is for the
weight.
chest plate.
Yeah, so basically to protect the vital parts of the body. But these are in different sizes, right? For small, medium, large, and extra large.
Only one size. One size fit.
One size fits all. Okay. Sir, can you pass it? Yeah. So this is the regular, and then see the lightweight. This is more than 25% lighter.
Oh.
See the difference.
So practically the same materials used for
Uh,
different adjustments.
I would say different materials, different combination of materials, different manufacturing techniques.
You're using UHMWPE, right?
That's one material.
one material.
But apart from that, we use lot of chemicals, adhesives, processes, high pressure processes, playing with temperature and stuff like that. Yeah. Sir, that's the regular plate. What is the weight of this?
1.7 kilogram.
1.7.
That's 1.3.
And then
1.25.
1.25.
This is really light.
Yeah.
You can see the difference.
Yes. And the protection level is the same.
Which is cheaper.
The heavier one.
Obviously cheaper.
Because this uses more sophisticated material.
Ganda.
Soapy water. This is the strike phase. Okay.
Have you tried
And
pure
sir, and
pure
sir, we
resins
are the
like?
only company outside of US who has full range of NIJ certification. This means that this is the highest level of quality certification a company can get as far as armor is concerned, and we have it.
Is NIJ the only certification body?
Sir, that's the most
Or the most
respected,
Common.
most respected body armor certification agency called US NIJ, National Institute of Justice. Yeah.
Speaking about you mentioned the word comfortability.
Yes.
Since body armor was introduced in wide scale from the Vietnam War right up to now, how do you manage to maintain that level of comfortability, lightness, and especially in these Asian tropical climates where it's very
Can you show
very
one
so
body
light?
armor with the lining inside that we have, please?
If you with the design. This is a Philippines, this is a tropical time.
Yes, sir. Sir, you will see in the body armor what we do is we put a lining that gives you a natural space between the body and the armor,
It's more of like a
and
breathing
then
space.
so that it's more breathability between the two.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yes.
This has a spacer mesh.
You can try it on for.
Oh, you can try.
Can I bring it home
I don't know.
and try using it there? Oh, it's nice.
You can see from inside, sir. It has a material that is giving air breathability.
But,
And these materials are antibacterial treated.
Oh. So you can configure additional
Yes.
compartments. Yeah.
So this is a police version, but on the
Ah.
military version that's more configurable because
Okay.
The requirement of the military that they keep changing more
Yeah.
as depending on the mission that they want to go.
Can also
Whereas
add-
for the police, I think it's a standard duty within the city or something.
Can your products also reduce the kinetic shock when bullets strike the plate?
Yes, sir. That's the main purpose. That because whenever the bullet is coming, depending on the bullet speed and the bullet weight, there's always a kinetic energy.
Yes.
So it has to
absorb it.
absorb,
Yeah.
and as per US and IJ, the maximum back phase deformation that is tested and proven should not be more than 44 millimeter.
No, I mean, I've seen pictures in the internet that plate armor only stop the bullet, but the wearer still has some bruises.
Sir,
From
again, as I said, uh, we have to follow certain level of standard, right? So, what is the main aspect? The main aspect is to that if a bullet is hitting, my ribs should be intact, my bones should be intact, right? And the bullet should not penetrate,
Yeah.
right? So, if I try to make it for every bullet that even a small bruise should not be there, then the body armor will become so heavy. So, it's always a trade-off between what you want, and then the body armor might become very stiff, heavy, right? So soldier may not really be he may be protected nicely, but will he be able to perform like jumping, running, maneuvering, going into the car, coming out of the car? If there is no flexibility, then I think his operations will be hindered. So I think there is always a trade-off a little bit. So if it's a small handgun bullet, maybe the kinetic energy is not so strong. He may not get bruises. But if it's a rifle round of like level 4 armor piercing, it has a lot of energy, sir. It's a Rajipal, do you know what kind of kinetic energy we are talking about?
For level 3.
Sir, Rajipal is the head of body armor business from the technical point of view. He is head of technology. Yes, can you say what kind of kinetic energy we are
For
talking?
rifle ammunitions, the impact energy varies from 2000 to 3500 joules. Yeah.
I recommend for 400.
Pardon? No, 2000 to 3500.
2,000.
बता के बोल दो जोर से.
Because I've heard that there were talk about having space in this. Then I thought that it probably done to reduce the kinetic shock, but it apparently not.
No, yes, it apparently, because sir, there are two factors. One is bullet penetration and second one is soft absorption. So normally, in order to design a bulletproof jacket, our aim is to focus that the residual transfer energy remains below 70 joule.
Below 70 joule.
Yeah, 70
Okay.
joule. So if the residual kinetic energy remains below 70 joule, it will not hamper your body structure. Of course, the body structure don't follow the normal distribution curve. It is a staggered distribution curve. So it depends from body to body and the shock absorption capacity and the human ability to resist that kinetic energy. But it is normally proven that the energy should be less than equal to 70 joule.
Okay, thank you.
So, what about protection from these new cartridges that's coming around nowadays to counter body armor? The United States Army now has decided that they are going to use 6.8 special armor special bullets or a caliber of bullet with different properties. Are you looking at the future cartridges as well?
Sir,
Sir, that the I would say the innovation is constant at MKU. Okay. Uh, honestly, we have not come across this kind of bullet, 6.8.
Yeah.
Maybe this is very special to US Army, so they may not be releasing to other parts of the world right now.
They still haven't started
Yeah,
producing.
that's
They
what I'm
plan
saying.
to. Yeah.
They must have started it. So I think by the time it comes out of US
Correct.
restricted category, I think then our customers will start asking and we will start be looking at it as well.
Okay.
So the technology is really evolving.
Sir,
depending
as
on
I
the-
mentioned, we have more than 30 engineers, which are BTechs, MTechs, and PhDs. They are constantly working to innovate, and using most advanced materials in the market. Sir, on the electro-optic side, I would say MKU is really proud to supply for the first time Gen 3 night vision devices to the Philippine Armed Forces. Brother, am I right?
Yeah.
Smells very nice.
And the performance that has never been seen by the forces. And we have delivered first equipment to Philippine Armed Forces like last
underneath,
month or 2 months ago. It's 620 units
That's right.
to the Philippine police.
That's the first batch.
That's the first batch. And we have 3-4 more orders running
Kasi
and
meron
the
kang
production is going on.
protection sa loob para may nalagay
Is it
kang accessories. So,
mounted?
kumbaga sa
This
likod,
can be
sa
head
harap
mounted
din siya,
or
pero
weapon
sa likod lang.
Ah, okay. Just
Sa
saying.
likod lang. Likod,
Yeah.
ano pa rin to eh, part of the front.
Can you ask Nishi or Karthi to show me night vision device?
Special size.
Special size.
So, yung size fits all.
Eh, kasi sa
Yes, sir.
army,
Yes, sir. Helicopter pilot. We have aviation night vision goggles, dual tube
kasi
for
one
the
time sa
helicopter
army,
pilot.
inano nila ng small, medium, large. Pero one time, meron
So,
din siya specs na one size
this,
fits all.
these,
Pero actually,
those products
hindi
are
applicable
night
ng
vision
one
because
size fits all
height,
sa atin.
this
Sa
is
height, sa
mentioned.
lapat. Kahit ako din, kasha sa akin.
do they already widely deployed in the Indian Army?
Parang
Yes,
equivalent
we are
ng
supplying
medium.
Indian Armed Forces.
So the
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the main customer?
Yes.
Medium level.
Gaano kabigat ito? Yung vest?
What's the weight of this with the soft armor panel?
Let me ask
Alright.
Rajiv one.
Rajiv, can you call Rajiv, please?
Rajiv.
Rajiv?
Nice. Ano ito? Ang tatanggal ko to.
Rajiv.
Sir.